Welcome back to the Douche-Cast. It's Kai again, joined with some Brendan and Dylan.
Yo, yo.
Why are you talking like that?
Because you're gay as fuck. Okay.
Die.
Okay. Today we're just gonna be doing a quick topic. Not quick topic. We're just gonna be doing some topics about TV shows, kind of like what we did about the video games. But we're gonna give our hot take on TV shows specifically, maybe a bit of movies here and there, but mainly keeping it to stuff that's more relevant, like 2023 to late 2022. We should be talking about that kind of stuff.
Oh, that sucks. So I barely watched like anything new.
Okay,
Bro.
cool. You're the one who suggested this.
I said film and like streaming services, like the entirety, not just like everything that's new. I'll still give opinions. I still know things about things. I just haven't seen everything. That's all I'm gonna say. So,
Quick hot take. Away from this real quick. I think Moist Critical is mid as fuck.
and that's how we lost all of our viewers.
We already had zero to begin with.
All the three of them were just Moist Critical meat riders. They heard this statement like, "Oh, you fucking bitch!
That does it.
I'm done."
Anyways, before we started this, we were talking about fucking what is it? Velma. The
Lord.
TV show.
Here we go.
Fucking Mindy Kaling is acting like Velma, calling herself Velma so she can be in an animated TV show and talk about racial issues and then make herself seem white. No offense. No. All offense to her. She wants to be a white person and have all the privilege of being a quote-unquote white person, all the privilege that comes with it, aka trying to say whatever the fuck you want and get away with it. But go fuck yourself. You ruined an amazing IP just to have Velma be along with it. You probably could have said no, but no. You took the Scooby-Doo IP, you rebranded it to Velma, you took out fucking Scooby, you made Shaggy black, you made Daphne fucking Asian, which I get is to mimic, like portray who the voice actors are of them. But my problem with that is that's not Shaggy though. I guess I can be okay with the race swap if it was fucking Shaggy in the first place. But it isn't. His name is Norville, and he's anti-drug, and he fucking has a huge crush on Velma, and Velma fucking hates him for some reason. And there's still no fucking Scooby! And Daphne's a fucking lesbian with Velma. Ah! And Fred is a fucking wannabe Princeton fuckboy who wants to get fucked in the ass.
I think to help back Kai up, it's not bad. He's not trying to say it's bad that they are the way that they are, in that sense, as in like the race.
It's bad
and
because
the
of
way
the
they
fucking
feel.
context of the show. Okay.
Yeah, it's bad just because of like the entire past that
you don't see a
the
fucking
Scooby-Doo show has had.
Yeah, sorry.
And then like just how badly they change it to the point where it's like it's not even that show, but then they try and still brand it off as something like that, or like a spin-off, and it's just a Velma show, but like in a different part of the multiverse that is just like way far gone, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You don't see me being cast as Black Lightning.
Exactly. Like, I think people just want to know what was going through everyone's heads. Like, yeah, trying to be woke and everything, but don't ruin a TV show that everybody loved. Now everyone hates you. Congrats.
Quick, terrible hot take that nobody will ever agree with. When you give a bunch of people of different races, like Asian and black people and people who are Hispanic, when you give them those roles because of their skin color and who they are, and they turn out to not be that great of actors for that role, and they don't do well with the role and the movie flops, you just kind of paint a bad picture for people of race, in my opinion. People start to think like, oh, well, they're just another person who got the role because of their skin color. Why would I go want to see it? Random, out of nowhere hot take, but companies are using people's skin color to try to market new shows and make them seem woke and make them seem, hip and all that shit.
Yeah, I was going to say,
it's
like,
not
mainly
working.
in the sense of, like, being woke, and then it's, like, too much, and then everyone's like, can you stop, like, shoving it down my throat, bro? Like, that's, like,
Like, I don't
I
care
hate
about
it.
skin color. I care about who actually is playing it. Like, if I see Idris Elba playing a role, I might go watch that just because I enjoy him as an actor. I think he's fucking amazing. Same thing with like Christian Bale or something like that. You know,
Yeah, like
people
film
like that.
is
Like, those are buzzword names. I'm like, oh shit, they by themselves could sell a movie probably. So if they even perform like a good acting role in that one, and it's not like perfect, even their name alone will make good money for that.
yeah, because film is like
Yeah.
it's an escape from reality. Because like in reality, we're having to deal with that sort of stuff every day, and like I get it, equality and all that and everything, and like that's cool, man. But sometimes it's just like always in your face, and you just need a break. And that I feel like that's what film is. It's like worlds and like universes and like things you can go watch and like entertain yourself with to get away from everything. And now people are like trying to incorporate everyday life more and more into films, and it's just like ruining
For the
them.
relatability scale. And
Yeah.
something with the Velma show right off the bat. Like I remember when it was first announced, like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. I could fuck with the Velma show. It's like solo investigating before it was a crew or whatnot, right? And then I figured out the fucking character casting, or not the character casting, but just the character models. I'm just like, what the fuck happened?
Shaggy, aka Norville, because Norville is Shaggy's like real name. That's been revealed for a while now. But
Hmm.
Shaggy, the way he looks, he just looks goofy as fuck. Okay, like he just looks really goofy. His legs are really skinny, and then when you get up to like his like crotch, out of nowhere he becomes like really like chubby out of nowhere there, like, and then he just goes all the way to skinny up at his neck. So his midsection just looks really fucking wonky from the rest of his body, and it makes no sense. Also, anti-drugs. Also, no Scooby. Again, fuck you. I hate that show. Fuck you, Mindy Kaling. She'll never see this. She'll never fucking hear this. Like, ugh!
As soon
You
as we post it,
stupid
I
bitch!
get a message from like Warner Brothers as soon as we post it.
Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated was the perfect Scooby Doo show because it had drama, it had fucking tension, it had a good story, it had mystery, it had everything. It had actual interesting characters who had their own plots going on in the background while they were also being a group who solved
Hmm.
mysteries. And
Plus
even then,
nostalgia, plus good writing.
also at the very end, it turns out Scooby's a fucking alien. That's a good way to explain why he can talk.
Oh damn!
And
I didn't know about
also, it
that one.
becomes like a huge
Yeah, I thought
multiverse of madness where the Scooby Gang fights a fucking god, an ancient primordial god, and they win. It's
of
fucking
course.
amazing. And
Jesus
honestly,
Christ!
the
Turns
show,
into Destiny 2 raid.
yeah, it's a fucking amazing series, and it was really well written. And honestly, what is his name? I can't think of his name. The guy who played Shaggy in live action.
I was actually just about to bring the live action up.
Yeah,
Oh
he
yeah,
voiced
Finish.
Shaggy in the
forgot about
TV
that.
show, and he is Matthew Lillard. That's his name. Amazing man, amazing man.
Hmm.
It's just
Um.
sorry.
Now that you're good, but now that we're talking about the live action, I
It's
remember
time for
kind of looking
Brendan to pop
around.
off.
I was kind of looking around for context about the Velma show because I'm not gonna hate watch. That'll just increase its numbers, even if it is just one person. But anyway, I was reading around kind of the Scooby Doo verse as well, and not a lot of people like the live actions, and that's kind of weird because
What?
those are like my favorite live actions. Those are like my
I
favorite movies.
I loved them, man. I think the Monsters Island one was the best because
Oh,
in it,
Monster Island was fucking
like,
goated.
honestly, at the very beginning, it sets up why the mystery gang kind of, breaks up. Daphne's always playing, the damsel in distress, and she hates that. Fred is always the one who takes all the fame from Velma, and Velma feels like she's cut. Shaggy and Scooby always end up being the fucking bait, and they hate that as well. And when they
Hmm.
split up, it's heartbreaking at first, and then Shaggy and Scooby live their own life. But when they come together, you see how they changed, kind of. Daphne, she started to she took karate classes. She became a black belt and everything like that in martial arts, and so she learned how to defend herself, how to fight someone off, so that she wouldn't be useless anymore. I'm not sure what Velma did, if I can remember correctly. All I know is she started to come more into her appearance and feel more like she was a woman instead of just being pushed to the side and not feeling like she was attractive. Shaggy and Scooby, they were just happy to have the gang back, and Fred learned how to share the spotlight.
Hmm.
W
Something
Scooby
that
Doo.
just came up into my head. Not to interrupt you, Dylan, but
No.
was I gonna say? Oh yeah, another gripe I have, and this is just for general movies and TV shows in general, the corruption of adult humor. You know what I mean? Because like the prime example of good adult writing or like adult comedy is season 1 through 6 of SpongeBob. You know what
Yes.
I mean? Because it's objectively a kids show, and regular show also falls into this as well. It's a kids show, but there's like hidden layers that as you get older you start to go, oh,
There's also sorry, keep going. Sorry.
oh, you're good. Uh, One of my favorite examples of adult comedy was actually in the Scooby-Doo live version, where
Yeah, 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 yeah.
the scene where they were in the minivan, but they were locked in, and then after a while you saw a bunch of smoke coming out of the top,
Oh yeah.
and then when they go in, they're just eating food and shit. Because like as a kid, you're like, oh, they're just hungry, and for some reason they have a barbecue or something, lol. And now you're just like, because like I think adult humor is supposed to be something that either you understand as you age or something that initially catches you off guard because your mind instantly takes you to something else, like they were smoking weed rather than eating food. You know
There's
what I mean?
also like the scene that not a lot of kids understood is when Daphne's being kidnapped by the ghost in the very beginning. It cuts to her face and then she's like, moving and then she stops and she gets really mad. You realize that fucking ghost touched her ass.
Oh yeah,
You
and
real
now
you
fucking
you realize that a lot. Like there's a lot of adult humor or like
And then you
how when they
realize
all
that
get
you
body
watch.
swapped and everything. Fucking Shaggy's like looking up Velma's dress. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm a chick." Or like when Fred is in Daphne's body, he looks at himself like, "Hey, good looking," and he just looks at himself as like, "Oh, I'm a woman." Like, there's a lot of adult humor in that movie that I can't think of off the top of my bat, but it's fucking.
and now adult comedy is cockroaches fucking in a school gym locker room.
By the way, out of that scene, that's the first like 10 seconds of Velma is cockroaches fucking, and then Daphne like, "Ugh, I hate this school." And by the way, they're in high school. They are like from 15 to 17, right? And you just straight up see like underage kids who are technically animated, so it's not like pornography, but they are supposed to be underage, and you can just see their asses. And then they're just like not so tastefully, their tits are covered with soap. That's it. It is
Ugh.
so just
Ugh.
like when you start
Wait,
thinking about it in the
actually?
yeah, that's the first like minute
Dude.
is you just see a bunch of high school girls who are showering in
Oh
in
God.
animation, and it makes you think like, what the fuck is this? Who is this for? Pedophiles? Who animated this? Who thought
This is literally cuties. I'm not watching this.
who the
Fuck.
fuck thought this was cool? Who thought this was actually fucking watchable? Oh well, Mindy Kaling. Uh, I just I it's
Back
also
to
why
Mindy
I stopped
Kaling.
it's also why I stopped watching it. I honestly couldn't get past the first couple of minutes, even if it was somehow a gold mine of jokes afterwards. The jokes in the first minute or two were super meta and they didn't work. Like Daphne saying, "Hey, you guys ever realize how in the first episode of a plot, like pilot episode, there's always so much more nudity than there ever is in the entire rest of the show while they're sitting there nude." I get the meta humor of it, but it's so stupid.
Yeah, and something I wanted to branch off of that is now with fucking adult comedy, it like I'll just take the intro of the new Saints Row game. When you're driving on that super long road and your guy is like, fuck, fuck, fuckity, fuck, stupid, fucking bitch, fuck, cunt, god, bitch, fuck. It's just nothing but swearing for like 3 minutes, and it's supposed to be funny, quote unquote, but it's really just fucking annoying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I heard you
And
giggle, you bitch.
I think I giggled it because you said it's supposed to be funny, you know? Just trying to like give a little
I
chuckle.
was
and just
thinking
like,
about. I know this. I mean, this could segue into like
Okay.
still relating with film and like TV shows and stuff. But what like comedy series or like type of comedy appeals to you guys? Because for me, it's like Family Guy humor, the good Family Guy humor, and then like a lot of Adult Swim stuff. Obviously, I mean, you guys hear me talk about that all the time. Like Eric Andre, Rick and Morty,
I gotta think,
some Random
right? So
Friends.
as Family Guy went on, I kind of got tired of it, and I just kind of got over a lot of the shit. I think the first 10
So did
seasons of
Seth
Family Guy
MacFarlane.
is personally like my all-time favorite. That
Only
is
the
really
first
good.
10.
Like
Yep,
the
definitely.
especially like episode season 9 episode 1 is the Clue episode. I have seen that episode like 7 or 8 times in the past like 2 months cuz I just love it. It's good. It's really really good. It's a longer episode with like custom music in it. Like it got written for it. It got like really special like big wigs in there. Like people who had huge names in the music industry got in there and helped out. It's amazing. And like that kind of shit, along with the humor that went inside of it, was really, really funny to me, at least. I love that kind of stuff, and I think it was really well done. As it kept going on, of course, eventually stuff starts to degrade in quality, along
All
with
things do.
what is it called? Big Bang Theory. The first like 2 to 3 seasons were good, and then they started introducing girlfriends for every single character, and every single girlfriend in the entire show is just they always portray like the woman who uses sex to get what she wants, and it made me feel really uncomfortable. And whenever they
And
like
they
point out
have
like one of the
sex with
two
me.
main characters like relationship, like Penny and Leonard, they would just talk about, oh, how did you guys get together? Since Penny is like so much hotter than Leonard. Is like, oh, I wore her down over years until she eventually crumbled and cracked and then dated me. That's not very funny, in my opinion.
It's just depressing.
It is very depressing, and it's just, and like they did. I feel like they just did them very wrong. But the comedy in the first part of it were like, Sheldon was fucking hilarious to me because he was just complete truth bombs all the time, talking shit to everybody without even knowing it, because that's just who he was. I love that kind of stuff.
For me, it's kind of split into two categories. Like my top favorite tier of comedy is in shows is like how a regular show did it, where like the day starts off, it's like, yo, do you want to get like a movie or some shit?
Oh, just
He's
like
like, yeah, bet.
random, just
And then
stupid.
at
Like
the middle
what
of
the
the
heck?
episode, they're fighting like undead hordes.
Yeah.
And my other type of comedy, you guys might hate on me for this, but I fucking love Boondocks humor. I love
I
the
tried.
Boondocks humor. It's fucking hilarious.
There's some fun. There were like some funny scenes, but I mean,
It got kind of mid after hearing the N word 7 billion times.
yeah,
Oh
it
yeah,
just
it
started.
definitely it definitely gets tiring. That's why I only really listen to it in like short bursts, but
Yeah.
it's still so fucking good. Like the teacher when he gets pulled into the office, I'm sure I don't need to say any further.
Yes. quick quick random subject back to what we were just talking about, like quick thing before we move on. um you know how we talked about, changing the race of characters can be done well if it's not all about their race. The
Hmm.
Last of Us, like the TV show that just came out, episode 1. For starters, Joel is white and so is Ellie, and Joel's daughter obviously is white too, right? Because that makes sense. You never get to see
Yeah.
Joel's wife, I believe, but Joel, of course, is played by Pedro Pascal, who is not white, and his daughter is played by a character named I can't remember her name, but she's black. And so there's a lot of characters that are different races, but at the same time, you don't care because it's not the main focus of the show, because it's just trying to adapt the game, and it works really well. The acting is amazing. That is a huge example of where you can change the race of somebody, and it can, from the original source material, and it doesn't matter because nobody's calling it out, no one's pointing it out. It just works.
Yeah, because the actors are
Hmm.
good and they don't like set
They got
aside set aside time to address the fact that they are different, like colored or different race and like
they
different,
got cast on acting
whatever.
ability rather than their skin color, which is
Right.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, and thing I also wanted to say about The Last of Us, I am so glad we finally got a good fucking game adaptation. Cause
Fuck you, Halo!
what did we have? We had Master Cheeks, fucking furry porn fat black lady, and something else I can't remember. But I remember watching the scene where you just get the full power of Master Cheeks. I was like, oh, like I was just blinded by the power of the sun because this dude's butthole was just on the screen.
I mean, like, just like at least they care about it. It's proof that video games can be used for storytelling, and they can be used correct if they're adapted right. They can be used amazingly and make amazing TV shows.
Like, bro, imagine if they made an RDR TV series. Imagine.
Or like a good Halo, or like a
Oh
good
my-
Halo series.
You guys also know The Last of Us, even after only one episode out, has a current 100, like 99 to 100% on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Dude,
God
yeah, the
damn.
reviews went up immediately, like the
Yep.
highest they have ever been, like in the
Mhm.
quickest amount of time. After
They
just
are
one
fucking
episode.
banging, and the person who plays Ellie in it, Bella Ramsey, pulled this up before we started podcasting. amazing. Everyone was giving her shit because she didn't look like Ellie. Well, fucking who? Well, the Joel doesn't look like Joel either, so who cares? And she's doing an
No.
amazing job. Honestly, I feel like she's doing absolutely fucking fantastic. I hope.
No, the real life lady doesn't look like the video game lady.
No,
No.
no. I hope when Chris Judge plays Kratos, which they are making a Kratos TV show from what I've heard. I heard a bunch of people was like, but he's black and Kratos is white. Well, shut up, he's Greek.
Didn't
Who
ask.
I
cares?
was gonna say, wasn't he more like an olive type skin tone
Technically,
in the,
if
God
you're
of War 1 and 2?
if you're like if you look back at it, he looks pretty like dark skinned if you think about it. Yeah.
He is very
Before,
dark
I mean,
skinned.
and you might call it, like kind of weird or anything to have Chris Judge be painted white or whatever, but that's literally Kratos' thing. His skin is white after
Yeah.
ashes, white hot ashes on his skin. That's why he's white. Is the only
This
reason.
is that's if this does end up going through the Kratos TV show. One, I don't want a fucking God of Cheeks scene. I don't want to see that man's buttocks for the life of me.
Dude, if Chris Judge is in
And-
there, I imagine he will be able to give you like the best fucking performance ever.
Mm-hmm.
Can-
And
Sorry.
another thing I wanted to say, you're good. This is if it does. Not even if it ends up going well, because he's a pretty prominent actor from what you guys are talking about. Yeah.
Chris Judge, yeah, he was on a TV show, Stargate, for like years. Really, really popular fantasy series from like the early 2000s to like late 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
He was really, really popular. He is very, very much loved as an actor. And, a lot of people respect, especially after God of War. I mean, you saw, he won Best Performance this year, or last
Yeah.
year, I guess, for God of War Ragnarok, because he is fucking amazing. The only person he ever lost that to was in 2018 against Arthur Morgan. All right? That's who he was going up against. Like,
There's no way you can beat that.
if you can go up against him though, like still be in the same category, that kind of says how good of an actor he is.
100%, 100%. Like if you're going up against the caliber of Arthur Morgan, then that's obviously a huge flex in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
But something I wanted to say is like usually whenever there's like a black person that is either painted white or body modded white, I call out whitewashing because that's 100% a fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Same
And I'm
thing if
tired of being
you
shut down and being told that it's not. Because if
Same-
blackwashing is a thing, whitewashing is a thing.
like it's the same thing with RDJ's blackface thing in Tropic Thunder. It was done for his role and everything like that.
Mhm.
And if you want to call him racist for it, shut up. He did it for a role. All right.
I mean, so
And-
did RDJ and Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, that's literally what I just said.
No, no, he didn't.
I literally just said Robert Downey
No.
Jr. You just
My,
hyphened
my
his name.
dementia's infected him.
No, you said nothing.
Dylan's just not listening. He's like, "Fuck you guys."
No, I was.
His
I
ass
just
is not
decided
tuned
to.
in.
I just
I-
decided to say it.
I think they might have to paint him white, and I don't know, whatever they decide to do. I think I can support it for the role
Yeah, I
that
feel
he
like
has to
either
play
way,
for it.
he's a good. Like, he's a good enough actor that even like if they don't like paint him, or if they do, like it'll probably be fine either way.
I think if they show in the TV series, if they show like his skin turning white from like the ashes, I think that will better help explain it and make
be
it
pretty
much
sick.
less of an outcry. If you just showed him like after the games, like during God of War and God of War Ragnarok, like I don't think that would be as acceptable. If they did like a backstory, it'd be much better.
I'm excited to see the Kratos show come out and people's like, oh, whatever, fucking, they're changing his skin color. They're changing his skin color. No,
I don't care.
when they
Chris,
don't realize there's an actual in-game reason.
Chris Judge is like amazing. His voice is fucking powerful. Okay, he deserves it in every regard.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also buff as fuck. The dude is huge.
Oh,
he's like
dude, he is
Bro, he's
swole.
massive.
he's like 6'3" or something like that. 6'3", 6'4". Bro, it's fucking big. So
He is a fucking boulder of a man.
yeah. So he has every right to play it, considering he was also the voice actor for him. So I'd give him full like, go for it, green light. Go ahead.
Green light, whitewash yourself now.
Do it now.
I want to
Uh,
see it.
I know we were going to talk about companies in this episode, specifically like HBO, Amazon, Netflix, that kind of shit, and some of the shit they've been doing recently. I know that was Dylan's idea to bring up. Do you have any thoughts on that one, Dylan?
I think I mean, there's so much to talk about them, and like in what aspects of like who is carrying more, because there's always new content bringing out, and you could like really categorize it, which people have already done. But I think like a main question would be like, what streaming service right now appeals to you guys the most? And I mean, I'd also give my answer, but like as of right now, anyways, just based on its entirety, I know HBO, like for me, is probably still carrying right now, just because of what they hold and like how much good versus bad, even though Velma exists, which is a pretty heavy weight on the bad side.
Yeah, pretty heavy, Colin.
I mean, I'll explain that after you guys.
That's a good one. Brendan, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. My personal favorite is Hulu. Just because I
Fair.
just feel like it has a little bit of everything, and also it has Attack on Titan. So
Also,
Fair,
fair.
that's fair.
Hulu does have
Um,
a lot of anime. Like they just kept adding, and I was like, okay, Hulu.
Oh yeah, they
alright.
do, man. They have
oh yeah,
they have like an
Hulu
anime
is
section. They have
Yeah.
specific sections depending on which company of anime you want to watch.
Yeah, they just kept
yeah, they're
adding.
literally becoming fucking Crunchyroll. I fully support it.
Manga.
Yeah, I mean, good for them.
I'd have to say when it comes to streaming services, if I have to rank them real quick, like I put like Amazon at the bottom. If we're talking like HBO, Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon, out of those four, Amazon at the bottom. The only thing they have going for them right now to me is The Boys and Invincible, which is not enough for me to keep them any higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Netflix, because of how much massive shit they put out all the time, so you might have a chance to find something new. And they do have a few titles that I quite enjoy, like Vikings Valhalla and some other shit like that. Second would have to be Hulu for me.
Yeah.
Hulu has a lot of good stuff, like, what was I thinking of? They have Castle, which is an older TV show that I love. There's a lot of random TV shows on there that I just absolutely love to watch. Or Criminal Minds. I love watching that. And Law and Order. They had Law and Order too, which they have like all seasons of it too, which is awesome. And the anime, of course.
God,
But
what are you,
H-
70?
Yeah. But HBO,
Oh,
like,
okay.
how? Oh wait, no. I'd have to put Hulu on top because they have How I Met Your Mother. Never mind. Fuck you. HBO
Yeah!
number 2. HBO number
Yeah!
2. Fuck you.
Hulu on top, baby.
Hulu, bang for buck, honestly has just so much like good shit on there. And it's not like $12.99 a month. It's easy. It's so good. Hulu, I have to give second then, because Hulu.
You mean HBO?
Fuck. HBO. They're too similar. Fuck. HBO number 2. Mainly because they just have what is it? They have Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter on there, which is really nice. But Hulu's still on top.
Now to the main man, Dylan. What are you gonna have to say about your HBO?
If I
He's
had
still
to
on one
rank
right now.
them, yeah, Amazon's probably at the bottom. No, I'd go Apple TV, then Paramount, then bro, Apple TV should just they need to stop. All right.
I
It's
mean,
time.
they do have one series that goes well for them, which is the TV show C, with Jason Momoa in it. It's like about a post-apocalyptic world where everybody is born blind, but Jason Momoa plays a character where he has a wife who has 2 kids that can see, and he keeps them, like, he tells them, like, hide their eyesight and everything so people don't, like, try to kill them because it's dangerous. But it's really interesting to see how warfare plays out in that, because the actual actors all wear contact lenses that make their eyes gray, and they actually cannot see.
Weird.
Oh damn.
So
Anyways.
Interesting.
they're dedicated. Yeah, but that's like the only show I know from Apple TV that's any good. That's it.
Yeah.
And even
so
then, it's
then
not that
Paramount,
good.
and then Amazon. I remember watching a little bit of the Jack Ryan series with John Krasinski. Wasn't too bad, actually. I was shocked at his performance in that sort of role. I didn't know he could play serious roles like that. But then there's also 13 Hours Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. He did pretty good in that, too. Solid movie. Anyways. Yeah. Then Amazon, because The Boys, which W. I mean, just W. And
Come on.
Invincible, another W. And then yeah, probably Netflix. Like I was saying, they put out so much that you can watch, like, I don't know, you can find pretty much anything about anything, and then every once in a while there's just a banger or two. like Extraction or Gray Man or Six Underground. And then sometimes they'll just randomly come out or like put on some movies that are like somewhat popular or relevant still, like Transformers. They just put some of those on Netflix out of nowhere. I don't know, it's weird. I also keep seeing, I don't know if you guys have paid attention much, but they keep putting out like a ton of movies that certain actors are in. Like a while ago, they put out a ton of movies on Netflix that like Jason Statham was in. Or recently, I saw a bunch that like Orlando Bloom was in, and I was just like, weird.
So they're releasing like DLC packs.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, why are they? What is this trend that they're? I don't know. They kind of goofy over there, but they sometimes good.
No, they release cuties, so they are lucky to get not bottom of the fucking barrel with this shit.
Anyways, Hulu would probably be second for me.
Ooh, yeah.
It is.
I mean, it's still in the top two. I highly disagree. I think it should be number one, but I can vibe with two.
Yeah, it's
I
definitely
can-
a personal thing. Like it, HBO just has like just a little bit more than Hulu for me personally, just because I'm not like huge into anime. Obviously, they have Attack on Titan, so W, and One Punch, W. They have like a bunch of Cartoon Network shows, but so does HBO.
Like
HBO
Studio
also has
Ghibli.
like HBO has Studio Ghibli, which is a huge W for me, and HBO has like pretty much most of Warner Brothers, which personally just appeals to me. Like I just love a lot of Warner Brothers stuff, and
Peacemaker.
they have like one or two good originals, but I tend not to pay attention to their originals. I think they just kind of try and fail all the time.
Facts.
Velma.
Just
That's-
Not
really
letting that one go.
Like
just shit on Velma the entire podcast.
I'll just
I mean,
I'll
we're already
title
at
this one like
half an
Velma.
hour.
Let's see. What was I saying? Oh yeah, both HBO and Hulu have like certain Adult Swim shows and like other, shows. So
Oh, yeah,
I like them
HBO
both
has
for
Rick
that.
and
So
Morty.
yeah, HBO has Rick and Morty, but Hulu has Family Guy, and like
Aha.
HBO,
And American Dad.
yeah, and American Dad, and Eric Andre, and
Another
HBO
Hulu
has like
W.
Smiling Friends, and Koala Man just came out as well. That's an HBO one with Michael Cusack and Justin Roiland and a lot of big names actually, just kind of weird.
Yeah, like there's always that one series that for some reason just has a bunch of like A-list celebrities. Like, how the fuck?
Yeah,
did
the
you fund
first
this?
episode, like Alexandra Daddario is in there, and like,
Daddario.
sorry, I'm used to saying Daddario because the guitar string company. My bad.
I know.
Anyways.
Because she's really hot. So
Bunch of other big names,
I
including
remember her name because her titties are big.
Baywatch. Oh my gosh, who was I just gonna say? The dude that did the Big Les show. I can't remember his name, but he was also in there, which I'm so happy about. Anyways, I need to stop
Wait,
ranting.
why does that sound familiar?
Big Les show.
Yeah.
It was
hold
that.
on.
It was that Microsoft Paint animated show by that one dude.
Oh yeah, with the fucking stoner Sasquatches.
Yeah,
you
there's
doing,
just
man?
they were all like, "Oh, what are you talking to me, man?" He's like, "Oh, it says how you can't even."
mate.
Yeah, there's just like
you mean
absolute-
Jared Wright?
Yes, Jared Wright. That bro is such a legend. God,
No, he's from
amazing.
Australia.
Yeah,
Oh, so he's a
No way.
Arkham Asylum patient.
I've never seen the Big Les show, so I wouldn't know.
you should watch like a
It's
couple
pretty
episodes.
good.
It
Even
is
if
pretty
you
good.
watch like one or two episodes.
I
it's
mean,
just fucking
I will have to
goofy.
add it to the list because I'm watching regular show right now.
Yo,
Heck yeah, dude. Oh yeah, regular
fucking
show.
huge.
Well, regular shows on both Hulu and HBO. So I don't know. It is very close for me. But
It's a very small and fine line between the two. It's down to personal preference of shows with it at
Exactly.
that point.
both amazing streaming services. They have their ups and
Also-
downs, but they're not as bad as other streaming services.
Quick random thing. I think Stranger Things is carrying the shit out of Netflix right now.
Yes.
Every time a new
Oh,
season
dude,
is announced,
100%.
the subscriptions go like way up, and as soon as the season's done, they immediately cancel all their shit.
Yep.
And you know, it's also gonna shoot him in the foot. Well, I should say more shoot him in the cock with how hard it's gonna hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Breaking Bad getting removed in 2025. So
Oh.
if you haven't watched it yet, first off, what the fuck are you doing? Second off, you should watch it. It's pretty good.
I think Netflix is a huge L in the fact that if a show isn't extraordinarily like the most amazing top 10 out of popularity, they're gonna just never give it a season 2. Like certain TV shows deserve a season 2 to like make them even better, and they have so much more potential. But they just like gives. That's why they greenlight so many shows, is so that they can just try to find one that works. And then if it works, oh W, let's go, keep giving it money, more money, more money.
You know what I think Netflix also has that kind of carries? I kind of just remembered it. What was it? Love, Death, and Robots.
Oh yeah,
Bro, W series. Oh my
I'm gonna
goodness.
say
so good.
no. I think that is like if it was just on any like streaming service or something like that, I don't think it's carrying. I of course admire, you know, all the people that put the hard work into it, of course, but I just
Are you subtly saying that it's mid?
to me, yes.
Are we watching the same show?
Yeah.
They
what do
were
you,
most
What are you
episodes
talking
were
about?
last time I
almost,
talked to you
like,
about this,
most
that
of
you
all
loved
of the
it.
No. Actually, I hated Love, Death, and Robots for the longest time because when I was really, really sick, whenever I'm sick, I hate things that are very loud. And I kept watching YouTube, and I kept getting fucking advertisements for Love, Death, and Robots that were really blaringly loud. So I developed a hate for it because of that sickness, and it never went away for like
Turn
a
down
year
your
and a half.
volume?
No. Anyways,
Bro.
I didn't like Love, Death, and Robots for a long time. And when I finally watched it, most of the episodes were a huge miss for me. Some of them were pretty
Okay.
good, like the whale episode, but most of them were a huge miss. So
I really
I'd
like the crab episode,
the crab was
Oh
also
my
pretty
lord.
good.
Those nuts.
It's just
the one on the ship.
Yeah.
it was just I don't know.
Or the one with
of
the
course,
dude riding the train, then he gets stuck in that field. There's all those weird looking like alien things.
I think it was just it's very it's kind of like art at that point because every episode is different. It's very just if you
Yeah,
don't
I
really
was-
understand it, it's not really for you.
I was
You-
gonna say I understand the fact that you were calling it mid because it's just that each episode is so contrasting from the other episode,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and that's the whole purpose of it. It's supposed to be mini stories and all of that. But I can also understand on the other side of the fence how it would be a turnoff for some people.
Yeah, because a lot of people, like, you can't go into it expecting like a fluent and like, I don't know, consistent series of like the same thing.
And,
Oh,
I
dude,
wasn't.
I just remembered Robot Bear. Sorry.
I wasn't
Dude.
exactly expecting it to be fluent. It's just a lot of the animation styles weren't really the best for me, in my opinion. I especially did not like the episodes of the robots exploring like the dead human world and all that shit. At the very end, it turned out to be cats that are on Mars and shit. I thought that was mid as fuck. I just didn't really like it. It felt very
I haven't
basic to
watched
me.
that one.
It was in like every season of it. I think there's only like 2 or 3 seasons, anyways, right?
Yeah, there's three.
And every like season there was an episode where there was like robots, like one was tall, one was small, and one couldn't talk, and they were just like exploring the human world after a post-apocalyptic everything, and there's skeletons everywhere, and they just say like, yeah, the humans killed themselves off because the robots rose up and slaughtered them all because they're fucking stupid as hell. And I was like, it was okay, you know.
Wow, this is
Yeah,
just
but-
hurtful.
Bro, the fucking Terminator Bear episode.
Okay,
Where he
that
just
was
goes
pretty
berserk
sick,
and
bro.
murks the entire fucking fire team. It's like, oh!
What episode am I thinking? The episode about the parasites in space. That fucking gets to me. Like anything to do with like
Ugh.
parasites, like that can like form up to like go against a people like that. It just kind of terrifies me. Even the thought of it.
Or the
That
one
is
where
my greatest movie fear. Like, pathogens or viruses or parasites that can, like, go into humans
That's
and, like,
why
alter themselves to make them, like, abhorrent abominations.
That's why The Last of Us is so scary because that's literally the concept of it. That's what happens. There's a fungus that starts infecting people and makes them into like zombies. It's fucking
Yeah.
creepy as hell, and I'm really excited for it. You
That
just
shit is my number one gross out. Like I'll still watch it. I love the shit out of that stuff. Like, it
I
just
think
creeps me out.
the very last episode of season 3 also really threw me off because it was the episode about like the banshee, I think like that, or siren or whatever, who could like sing
That
a
was
certain.
weird. That one
didn't-
was super
didn't
weird to
Saying
me.
that one.
It was like about like a deaf knight who couldn't hear her singing, so he couldn't be affected by her like scream,
It's
or like siren scream or
it was
whatever.
the Hispanic. It was like Hispanic
It
Templars
was
going through a jungle, and then
whatever they're called.
yeah, conquistadors, and they came across a like a pond or no, it was a lake. It was actually huge. Now that I remember, and there's a siren in there, who was
She was
just
covered
like
in like
hoarding-
gold and everything, and whenever
Yeah.
she would scream or whatever, like sing, it would like start to bleed them, and they would start to like kill each other and everything like that. And
Yeah,
the only one
make
who
them
wasn't
do
affected
things.
was the deaf knight. And I thought it was just weird. Like I couldn't understand the episode where it was going. It was just really, really weird.
that one was definitely wacky as heck. The animation was like good and like crazy, and the
It
story
was very
was also just,
realistic.
like,
I
really
thought it
weird.
was based in real life for a little bit, but no.
Dude, right? Same with the one, the military one,
Yeah,
with Cthulhu.
yes.
Oh my, the animation was insane.
But my
Excuse
my
me.
absolute favorite was the episode of like a older brother and younger brother. Like the younger brother's like has some enhancements to him, and they go like out on the ice to like
Oh,
those
yeah.
whales. That was fucking beautiful.
that was
Oh,
really,
that episode was pretty good.
That's
Or,
one of my favorites of them at least. But most of the other ones, I just were a huge miss for me.
There's a couple that were just kind of like but there's a lot of ones I remember. Oh my gosh, the like
The with the
Russian
war one,
dudes in the
Yeah.
winter that are fighting those things, and then like the end
they
scene.
set off a bomb.
Oh my gosh, bro! It's just a bombing run with like a Russian folk tale like playing over the top of it. Glorious.
Quick, fat ass topic change. Puss in Boots, yay or nay?
I haven't seen it.
Yay. I haven't seen it either, but from what I've seen, oh my god, it looks so fucking good.
Ratings
That-
are off the charts.
The fucking animation is fucking.
Oh, dude.
I keep
it's
seeing
so
a scene
good.
of either the wolf or the Attack on Titan looking scene when he's up against
Yeah,
that
I was
giant
just
thing.
about to bring that scene
I
up.
do know that
love that one.
I do know from some like the trailers and like from like a clip I've seen, the wolf is fucking death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is like the coolest thing ever. Like the whistle he does and everything. That's like, and it's death choosing to take on that form just to fucking scare Puss in Boots. That is fucking.
Mhm.
That doesn't work at the end.
Ah,
Average
And then the
FL.
power of friendship.
yeah.
Yeah, I kept seeing scenes of like that other cat and that little dog, and I was like, okay, the dog can snap its own neck. I'm sorry, but and the
They
whistle
also
thing,
had
like
a fucking
I feel like it's
badass cast,
insane.
by the way. There was a lot of fucking big wigs in that.
Oh yeah, there's some big ones in there.
Speaking of
Sorry, I
another
gotta-
big movie, Avatar 2.
The Way of the Water. It appears that the critics have only like a 77% of it on Rotten Tomatoes, while the audience has 92%. And I will always trust audience over critics because critics can just absolutely suck the furry.
They always get paid off.
They can
Yeah.
suck the furry crack on my behind. They fucking suck. All of the reviews are just like point blank statements like, this was really, really cool. Okay, but you're a reviewer. And then all of like the actual people reviews are like super in depth why they're really good and everything like that. I'm like, why even have critic reviews if they're just gonna say this was really good or this kind of sucked dick?
God, that movie was beautiful.
This movie is bad. Why?
There's
Oh,
only
no.
there's only a few like parts within the story that I was kind of bored of or didn't really see a point to, aka the one like ocean kid with like permed afro. Didn't like that very much.
Oh, the one everyone keeps making fun of.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
quote Eileen Jones from the Jacobin, for 3 whole hours, Avatar: The Way of the Water evokes important issues: imperialism, colonism, racism, sexism, ransacking the
Oh,
environment
God.
for confidable resources in the silliest, shallowest way
Oh.
possible.
Dude.
was-
Fuck off.
That's stupid as fuck.
Huh. Yeah,
Appropriation-
No, I
Actually,
thought
this
that
show
was
is about
really good.
racism.
Guys, France Jerome from Black Nerd Problems. Appropriation and privilege run rampant through the development of this entire franchise. It's supposed to be about that, dude.
It's
it just
2 movies.
it literally fucking just shows like that different cultures exist in this world. That just the fact that they just so happen to correlate between human ones makes sense because we have no other cultures to fucking compare it to. We don't know aliens. Like they're like Native Americans basically. Although probably not. I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't know.
You're not paying attention to the Martian culture. It is actually ridiculously offensive. And
I'm
a
not paying
complete mockery to
attention.
their
I'm not paying
species.
attention to fucking Jake's dreadlocks. My bad. My bad. It's just I don't know. I want to watch it, and I'm gonna watch it once it comes out of theaters and like onto like being able
I
to
thought
buy
you
it
did go
or just
see
rent
it.
it. No.
Oh, I've seen it twice.
Fucking. You wanna go watch it on Friday?
I work.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Brendan, you wanna go watch Avatar: Way of the Water on Friday?
Maybe.
Okay.
No, you guys
I'd
will
have
really
to see
like
what's
it.
going on. 'Cause
Ending,
I have
I-
stuff going on with my homie.
Did not expect the ending at all. I'm just saying. Like,
Don't set my expectations. Bitch.
like I didn't really know what to expect from the movie because the trailers did not do it justice.
Which is
It's
good.
just
It's
videos
a.
of them surfing.
I'm gonna be honest. It's a good thing that trailers don't give away a bunch of shit. That's where Marvel did really really good. Is that they edited trailers to make them seem like they were something else. Like in Thor Ragnarok, the trailer of Thor on the bridge shows him with 2 eyes, but in the movie he actually gets one scratched out. They purposely changed the trailers to make sure that it throws you off, and I quite enjoy that.
No, yeah,
And then,
this
there are those
definitely
other
threw it off.
trailers where it's like, here's the entire plot.
Yeah. Hey, there's a killer on the loose, and the killer happens to be this dude. So come watch our movie. I don't really want to. I will say though, huge W for Netflix was the Knives Out. Glass
Oh, I
Onion
still
was
need to see
pretty
that.
decent.
I heard it was really good though. A lot
I
of
still
people
haven't
liked it.
finished it. I'm not gonna lie.
It was okay. It wasn't. You could see, just from the name itself, Glass Onion, peeling back the layers, but you can see straight through the layers anyways, down to the core. It literally makes sense in the title. So
Yeah.
mm.
I'm gonna be honest. I stopped watching at the Among Us joke. I was like, oh, fuck off.
That was like 10 minutes into the movie.
I know.
I mean, it makes sense for his character why he would play Among Us.
It's like, you are the imposter. You are getting evicted out of the space shuttle. It's like, dude, fucking Among Us
Dude,
in
Daniel-
2023,
Daniel
killing
Craig
yourself.
with his western accent or his southern accent is interesting.
Among Us. He's French. Among Us.
What?
So pretty much just Western British.
I was gonna say he sounds like a southern accent in Knives Out.
Maybe I'm just dumb as fuck. I do know that in the
You might
Knives
be.
Out movie, if you got the Blu-ray edition and it came with like a sleeve that has knives on the cover of it, if you take the sleeve off, turn it around, and put it on the back, the knives point to who the killer is on the back, which is really really cool detail.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool.
It's
Mhm.
Chris Evans.
This is a really really neat detail.
It's Chris Evans.
Captain America. But
Stupid bitch.
honestly, like it's one of those things where the shows we're talking about, like Avatar or like The Last of Us or what the fuck else have we been talking about?
Velma.
Puss in Boots, not Velma. Don't talk about Velma.
It's actually
Like
gonna be a compliment. We can't include that one.
yeah, exactly. Like the shows we were talking about are shows that actually have some fucking critical thinking applied to them. It's like, oh, let's make a good fucking movie, and then they actually do it. It's it's cool. It's cool to see that people actually have some.
Sorry, I just dropped my shoe.
Just dropped his shoe. It's cool
Yeah.
to see that people actually care.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and not just churning out fucking.
Okay. I should ask this first. How big of a fan are you guys of Christopher Nolan?
Christopher Nolan,
Ooh.
Yes.
the guy who made the Batman trilogy.
Yeah, Batman trilogy, Tenet.
Wait, like the director?
Yes. And like his
Okay.
movies and everything.
I don't think
like,
Brendan's very knowledgeable about directors.
I'm not super well versed with
Oh,
this man.
Interstellar, Inception, the Dark Knight trilogy.
With Christian Bale in them, yes. Then,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
and that's all of them.
Forgets his entire discography.
But yeah. Now that I know what movies he's done, I honestly hold him in pretty high regard. I fucking love the original Batman trilogy. Because
he did
fucking-
Inception.
now that I think about it, that's like the only, like one of the few
Oh, Dunkirk.
superhero movies that I like is the Batman trilogy.
He also did Dunkirk, and he did Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman. He helped on Justice League. What else did he do? He doesn't really have much else to his name besides those huge fucking films.
Nothing
Anyways,
much except major blockbusters.
The reason I brought him up is Oppenheimer.
I'm hyped for that. I heard they're actually using a small nuclear fucking explosion to do it.
No, it's confirmed. They used a real nuke.
No way.
For this movie.
I don't no, it's pictures. It's pictures of them setting it off and pictures of like the film crew all the way in the back, like ducking their heads, and it's just like yellow on the screen.
Dude, imagine being the director of this film and like pitching it, right? It's like, okay, so we're doing an Oppenheimer movie. There's gonna be this fucking nuke. It's like, we're using CGI, right?
Dude, holy
Right?
shit. This cast is fucking stuffed.
I know.
The guy who plays fucking Harry from The Amazing Spider-Man, you know, the Green Goblin and that, he's in here. Oh my god.
Yeah, so Cillian Murphy, RDJ, Florence Pugh, Jack Quaid.
Jack
Matt
Quaid's the guy
Damon,
who is in The Boys. Rami
Rami
Matt
Malek,
Damon.
Emily
Rami
Blunt.
Malek is stupid crazy bitch.
But okay. Devin
Oh,
Bostic.
Roderick is in it! Roderick!
Yeah, I know.
Oh! Also, Josh Peck from fucking Drake and Josh is in it, and Ben Affleck. Oh, Gustav Skarsgård is in here.
Gary
He's
Oldman.
the brother.
Gustavo?
Gustav Skarsgård is the older brother of the guy who plays It from the new movies. And his dad is like a really famous actor too. He was also on the famous TV show Vikings. He played a character called Floki. I'm a really big fan of him.
I'm not gonna lie, when you said his name, I thought you said Gustavo Fring. I was like, yo!
Gustavo!
Gary Oldman,
he's
Alex
Swedish.
Wolff, Casey Affleck.
Casey Affleck and Ben Affleck. Ah! I'm like peeking my mic when I say this shit.
Yeah, I'm decently in the yellow whenever I raise my voice.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I can't tell because I am using little itty bitty earbuds.
Little itty bitty stupid earbuds.
Oh, James Remar is in there
Stupid
too.
dollar
Cool.
store.
So yeah,
It's
there's
a
just
stacked,
so many
stacked
memes
cast.
about because of Christopher Nolan's history with huge practical effects. Everyone was just like, he's probably gonna use like a real nuke and stuff, and he did.
Yeah, I remember seeing the memes. This is like,
Especially after
Christopher Nolan
Tenet, when
accidentally
he
starting
crashed a
World War III
real
after
like
detonating a nuke.
he crashed a real not 747, 787 or the commercial flight like plane that they use. He crashed one into a warehouse.
A Boeing 747?
Yes.
What the fuck, bro?
For Tenet, like the scene
Bro
where they
is like
crash
a
the plane.
dedicated ass motherfucker. Damn.
Yes, he is, and like he's one of the same with like Wes Anderson. He's one of those directors that likes to keep a lot of the same actors in every movie, especially Cillian Murphy.
Oh yeah. Christian Bale for the Batman series. Christian Bale has said in interviews that he will never do Batman again unless Christopher Nolan asks him, because he's the only director he ever wants to work under for that.
And like Michael Caine is in a lot of them. Robert Pattinson. Oh my gosh, there's someone
God
else.
damn, this list is fucking multi-trillion-dollar at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Especially
is
with
up
the
there.
fucking mini nuke.
No, it's only $100 million budget.
What the fuck?
All
Yep.
100
You're telling me you
million
can
went
get a
to the,
nuke for under
nuke.
100 million?
Bro, I'm gonna fucking bomb Syria. Let's go.
Yeah, I need to go on eBay. I'll be right back, boys.
I'm gonna just like I'm hyped. I'm hyped for the future. I'm hyped for John Wick coming up. I'm hyped for Cocaine Bear, which we should all go see.
Ah,
Oh,
Rah, rah, rah.
fucking bear.
Huh?
Bear.
Bear.
Cocaine.
Barbie movie.
Honestly,
Yes.
I heard it's rated like TV 14 or something like that, so I hope it has cursing in it, which would be. I wish it was rated R. I'd love to see Barbie kill a bitch.
Barbie, you bitch.
I'd love to see Ryan Gosling
Barbie,
as
you
Ken
slut!
just like pull out a suppressed like USPS or something like that and just.
I'd love to see Barbie just pull out an RPG and fucking just stick it up someone's ass and fire it.
Especially if it's played
Jesus
by
Christ,
Margot
okay,
Robbie.
Deadpool.
Oh,
Ugh.
oh.
But I'm excited for the Barbie film.
So
That shit
besides,
is gonna
pretty
be
much in
banging.
conclusion, like besides some bad shows and stuff that are coming out right now, there is a lot to look forward to. There is
We've
hope.
had a really decent year. You know, like 2022 was a decent year. Good games came out, like Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok, of course, Stray as well, Amazing Ape Sonic's Frontier, all that kind of shit. Movies, the Batman, Bullet Train, with Doctor Strange was okay. It's just The Whale with Brendan Fraser. Amazing films is what we had this year. Avatar. We had an amazing recovery from 2020 to 2021 into 2022. Amazing recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll never forget 2020, 2021, the era of A24.
The area of trying to relate to everyone by saying, "Well, you guys are going through COVID-19 too. Oh, I am too, but I am worth millions of dollars, so it's easy for me."
Not sure
But I
what
struggle,
that
please.
accent was for. Also, something to look forward to is Mandalorian Season 3. March.
I think you're kind of
Comes out
on your own
March.
on this one.
Just absolute silence.
Yeah, freak me, I guess. Jeez.
I only ever watched Mandalorian season 1. I had never seen season 2.
I just haven't watched Mandalorian.
I never got around to it.
It just didn't seem interesting.
I mean, it was pretty good.
But then again, I'm
Not a huge Star
a
Wars
pretty
bud.
avid Star Wars hater. I'm not too much of a fan of Star Wars at all.
Moving on.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Moving
there's
on
lots-
before I
lots of-
declare Brendan a bitch.
Yeah, lots of stuff to look forward to. Hopefully people
Unless we
don't
get a
butcher all
Warner
their
Bros.
movies.
Flash situation again.
Oh,
Yeah,
by the way,
and
Flash
then
is coming out in
we're
2023
kinda
too. We
fucked.
forgot about that. Later in the year.
Oh
in,
my
like,
god,
August.
it's still coming out.
The Flash movie's coming out, baby.
I thought they canceled
Oh
it
my
Nope.
god.
I saw a
Because-
poster for it.
because Ezra Miller was supposed to play him, but he's like literally insane, and no one
I
is
was to say,
stopping
but
him.
he should be arrested. He's putting ammunition in babies' mouths.
Yes.
Nah, I heard it's coming out. I heard it's already been filmed before he started being exposed for that shit.
Oh my lord, why would they?
I also hold on. I'm gonna Google this real quick, but I think they're still keeping him.
Yeah, that's what I heard. They're dropping Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, and Gal Gadot, but they're keeping the fucking baby handler, just for like shits and giggles, I guess.
And then Jason Momoa
That's understandable though. He's a good Aquaman.
and Henry Cavill was a
Ezra
good
Miller.
Superman.
Wait, when does Aquaman? Did Aquaman 2 come out?
Yes.
When?
I don't know.
That was
Oh,
such a miss
also-
on my radar. Radar.
Raider.
I think that was like 2021 or something like that.
Was it?
Pretty sure.
No, it comes out this year It comes out 2023, December 25th.
Oh, it's not out yet.
No, it doesn't come out till fucking Christmas.
So
Oh, it sounds like no one cares.
Also, I looked it up. Ezra Miller returns for the Flash reshoots, and it's
Are you
being
kidding me?
another sign that Warner Bros. Is sticking with the actor.
How? Why?
Warner Bros. And DC needs to just stop.
I think the only reason the Aquaman movie got pushed back is because they had to re-edit a lot of the Amber Heard shit. They edited her down to like 5 to 15 minutes left in the film. That's it. Thank God, because of the Johnny Depp trial shit. And I think it got set to a different date for
I
release.
wonder what Johnny Depp is working on.
Also, can I just say one thing about Ezra Miller?
Hmm.
He looks fucking stupid.
He really
Yes.
does.
Like both in person and as the Flash, he just looks dumb.
The way he
like-
moves his hand, he said he studied ballerinas to learn how to do it. He's just flipping his arms back and forth like, shut up. The guy who, Grant Gustin for the Flash TV show, is awesome as the Flash. I would love to see him play live action Flash on the movie theater.
And not just in a.
8 seasons of the Flash. Come on, he at least has to get it in fucking a movie. That's awesome if you could. No more of the CW fucking CGI. Come on.
Oh my lord, bro. How did
The
it get
worst-
worse?
I don't know how it got worse. It's bad.
We're talking about
It
the
actu-
Flash show, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it actually wasn't bad the first couple seasons. Then I stopped watching it because
The
of how
first
repetitive
3
it
seasons were fucking like a gold mine. They were like,
They were actually really good.
was.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I keep peeking my mic because I'm getting so excited, but they were really good. They had good story, good villains. They kept referencing the comics. They were not keeping his speed the consistent though, but they tried because it's the CW.
Kind of weird.
But then they started introducing multiverse stuff and that kind of shit, and then it just went to shit. It went to absolute dog piss.
Yeah, and
it's
then there's the
pretty bad.
fucking scene. I don't know if you guys have seen it, where the Flash and the main enemy for the episode is on like a road, and
Yes,
oh my
yes.
god, it's so bad. I was
It's
crying
just I don't
with
know.
the fucking
It's
purple whips and whatever.
yeah.
However,
It's
I
just
mean, DC will get more W's with the next Robert Pattinson Batman films.
I think
I'm
honestly
so
the
hyped
DC
for
with
those.
like Jason Momoa, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, all that shit. I think they should just restart. Like wait like a solid few years. Let the superhero like hype die down, and let people like stop being tired of it, and let people like reset on superheroes, and
Yeah,
then come back out again. DC's supposed to be darker, but the movies never felt darker. They just felt really, really shitty and cheap.
they just look
It
darker,
it
like
just felt
literally.
the same.
Yeah, DC is supposed to be much darker than Marvel. Batman is supposed to
Literally
be
dark comics.
yeah, they're supposed to be like Batman's supposed to fucking beat the shit out of people, kind of like in the
They
Christopher Nolan stuff. He's supposed to just be a hard ass. Superman's supposed to be like a beacon of hope. Aquaman is supposed to just kind of sit there.
Sit there and fuck fish's mouths. I don't know what he does.
I don't know why we shit on Aquaman. He literally can lift up fucking like entire continents with one arm, but no, on the
Yeah,
movie
well,
theater he just have trident.
well, nowadays he's not even known for that. He's more known for just being a fish fucker. He's just kind of the punching bag of the superhero films.
Yeah, it's kind of an L.
yeah.
Either way,
I can talk to fish.
I believe we have reached our natural conclusion for this episode.
Yeah, I think we're all pretty content with what we've said.
Yeah, Velma suck. Anyways, thank you anyone who listens to this because no one does. It has been a
Hey,
fun
11
time.
people, 11 people on the contract.
11 people. Rah! I think we're like 6 of those people.
And
No,
I mean,
no.
I will just say, Warner Brothers, sorry, but also not sorry. Do a better job.
Not
You suck.
sorry. Go die in a fire.
Yeah, please
Thank you.
do better. I literally know you can.
No, not really.
What?
Anyways,
You remember when we were talking about Christopher Nolan? Those
yeah,
are
no.
all. Those
Anyways,
are all Warner Brothers.
thank you
movies.
guys for listening to this. I'm just gonna talk over Dylan here for a second.
Oh, you can't do this to me. You can't do this.
I built this company.
All right, thank you.
know how much I
It's been a good one,
sacrificed.
and I will see you guys in the next episode. Then,
Bye.
bye.
Wait, what the fuck? How can you talk shit on Moist Critical? He's like the best fucking YouTuber out there. Suck my fucking dick.